Hello! In this video we are going to deploy ManagementLaps, Local Administrator Password Management. I'll talk about Labs Overview, how does it work, requirements for Labs installation and configuration procedures. Local Administrator Password Solutions Labs is a free Microsoft solution that automatically manages and changes local administrator password on domain joined computers so that passwords is unique on each managed computer, randomly generated and securely stored in Active Directory in a confidential attribute. That means the access to these confidential attributes is protected through access control lists, ACL, and domain administrators only can decide which users or groups are authorized to read this password through a simple client application. The transfer of password from managed computer to Active Directory is protected by Kerberos encryption. So, it is not possible to know the password by sniffing the network traffic. Also, it's completely implemented using Active Directory and group policy, no additional infrastructure needed. How does it work? Once we extended schema extension by using PowerShell, adds new two attributes to computer objects. MSMCS ADMBWD confidential attributes. This attribute stores the password in clear text. MSMCS ADMBWD expiration time. This attribute stores the expiration time of current password. That means the Active Directory infrastructure will be used as a password repository. After configure permission using PowerShell and grant write permission for all computer accounts on both attributes. This is required. So, the machine can update the password and expiration timestamp of its own managed local administrator password. Read receipt rights for user accounts or group. Read permission on MSMCS ADMBWD attribute of the computer accounts to groups or users that will be allowed to read the stored password of the managed local administrator account on managed computers. Receipt permission on MSMCS ADMBWD expiration time attribute of the computer accounts to groups or users that will be allowed to force password reset for the managed local administrator account on managed computers. After creating and configure a new group policy that will be responsible for the configuration of the solution, defining configuration option like password settings, admin account selection that will be managed by Labs by default administrator, password settings like complexity, length, and age. Also, the group policy responsible for deploy and install client-side extension CSE on each domain joined computer as single DLL file that consider the core of lab solution. Okay, after link labs group policy to Active Directory OUs to allow labs to manage all computer accounts. And now it's a CSE rule, group policy client-side extension, that automatically performs all tasks as per our group policy settings. So, the CSE is the core of lab solutions. And after the group policy refresh triggers CSE client-side extension reads password expiration time attribute and check if it's time to change password. If not, process is finished. If yes, CSE generates new random password and keeps it in the machine memory only. CSE writes password to MSMCS attribute in Active Directory. CSE writes commits password locally. CSE updates MSMCS expiration time attribute in Active Directory. Adds amount of days configured in Labs GPO password age to current time and writes into attribute. Note: connectivity to Active Directory ensured before issuing reset prevents issues if machines fall off domain and had a password mismatch. Additionally, this solution contains additional UI to retrieve or force password reset on bare machine via simple GUI application or PowerShell or from Active Directory, as you will see in this video. Requirements for Labs installation. Active Directory with Windows 2003 with Surface Pack or higher. Managed machines. Windows Vista with current Surface Pack or higher, 32-bit or 64-bit. Windows 2003 with current Surface Pack or higher, 32-bit or 64-bit. Itanium operating system not supported. Windows XP not supported because the CSE will not load it. Management tools. On server used to manage Labs, require .NET Framework version 4, PowerShell version 2 or higher. Okay, now let's go to install and configure Microsoft Labs. Go to Domain Controller. First, you must download Labs from Microsoft website. Copy, and as you know, it's a free tool and not require any license. Paste. I will add the link in the description of this video. Download. Select your Labs platform. Also, for more information, you can select Labs Operation Guide or Datasheet or Technical Specification Document. I will select Labs Operation Guide as it will help me to install Microsoft Labs. Next, select the location to save. Create new folder, Labs, save, save, download complete. Open Labs Operation Guide that have all installation steps. Okay. Before the installation, let's check the requirements. To check the version of .NET Framework, go to C, Windows, Microsoft.NET, Framework. Okay, it's version 4. Let's check PowerShell version. Open PowerShell. Type $PS version table. Okay, it's version 4. Also be informed that Windows 2012 already installed with PowerShell version 4. Okay, let's go to install Labs. Next. If you install the defaults, it will only install the GPO extension CSE, which is what you would want on the managed computers. But you want everything on the management server. So, for the first management server, you should enable all the installation choices for management tools. Next, install. Yes. Finish. Let's verify and assure all files installed successfully. Go to installation path, C, program files, labs. As you see, the installation for the CSE client-side extension and the folder contain DLL file. Also, admbwd.ui application is done. This application that will enable you to retrieve and force reset password. Let's go to C, Windows, System32, Windows PowerShell, version 1, modules, adm bwd.ps. The installation for Labs PowerShell modules is done. Again, go to C, Windows, Policy Definition, English-US. The installation for Labs group policy files is done. ADML file and ADMX file that will enable you to manage Labs settings. From Active Directory, you should decide which OU or OUs you want Labs to control the local admin password on. I will select Free Cloud OU. Before modifying the schema, let's check the computer account attribute. As you see, both Labs attributes not exist. Okay, let's go to modifying the schema, and as you know, the account used must be an enterprise and member of schema admin group. Also, your schema master role needs to be online and available. We can check by using netdom command. Type netdom query fizmo. As you see, all fizmo rule available. Open PowerShell with administrator privilege to extend the schema. Go to Operation Guide, Active Directory Preparation section. To update the schema, you first need to import the Labs PowerShell module. Copy the command to PowerShell, imported. Now, copy the next command to update the schema. Yes, the schema modified successfully, and post attribute created as you see. And to verify, we can check the computer accounts attributes again. Attributes, looking for MS, MCS, ADM, PWD. That's it. As you see, both attribute created without any value, because we didn't install the labs right now. Okay, now let's adding the permission. We already select Free Cloud OU for test. Also, you should decide which user or group that will have permission to read or reset the local admin password. I will create new security group, Labs admins. Go to Operation Guide and let's delegate write permission on post new attributes for all computer accounts to the self built-in account. This is required so the machine can update the password and expiration time of its own managed local administrator password. Modify the command and type the name of OU Free Cloud. Copy to PowerShell. Done as shown. You should repeat these procedures for any additional OUs that contain computer accounts. Let's delegate read permission on MS, MCS, ADM, PWD attribute to groups or users that will be allowed to read the stored password. Modify the command and type the name of OU Free Cloud and type the name of group Labs admins. Copy to PowerShell. Error. Something wrong. That's it. The name of group not correct. I will add S to be correct. Done. And now all members of this group will be able to read the password, but cannot reset. Okay, let's delegate reset permission to Labs admin group. Type the same command and replace read with reset to allow Labs admin group to be able to reset the password. Error, reset not correct. Correct it. Done. And now all members of Labs admins group will be able to read and reset the password. Also, you can use multiple groups in the same command separated by comma. Okay. To restrict the ability to view the password to specific users and groups, you need to remove all extended rights from user and groups that are not allowed to read or reset password. Okay. Right-click on the free cloud OU that contains the computer accounts and select Properties. Security, Advanced. Select the groups or users that you don't want to be able to read or reset the password. Edit. I will select all users group. Uncheck all extended rights permission. Okay. Now, all users cannot view or reset the password, and only all members of Labs admins group can view and reset. Okay, now let's prepare to create Labs group policy and move Labs installation file to shared folder. Copy, go to Computer Management, Shared Folders, Shares, open NetLogon folder, create new folder, Labs, paste. OK. Open Group Policy Management Console. Right-click on Free Cloud OU and select Create a GPO. Name of group Labs. Group policy created. Right-click and edit. Under Computer Configuration, Policies, Software Settings, right-click on Software Installation and click New Package. Browse for the path where the files are located. Type logon server as it will redirect to NetLogon folder. Select Labs 64-bit file. Select the deployment method as assigned. OK. Done for 64-bit package. Repeat the same steps to create 32-bit package after download Labs 32-bit. Copy. Download. Select 32-bit. Next. Save in the same location. Download complete. Copy to NetLogon folder. Again, right-click, New Package, select 32-bit file, Assigned, Package created, Open, rename it and add x86. To be able to define, go to Deployment, Advanced. Be sure to edit 86 package. To uncheck, make this 32-bit x86 application available to Win64 machines. This will ensure that 64-bit computers get the 64-bit DLL file and 32-bit machines get the 32-bit DLL file. Select 64-bit file, open, rename it and add x64 to be able to define. Okay, let's go to configure password settings, administrative template, Laps, password settings. You can change the values to meet your company needs. I will set the password complex with large and small letters plus numbers. Password length, that determines the number of password characters. I will set 14 characters. Password age, that determines the period of time in days that a password must be used before the labs can change it. I will set 10 days. Okay. Name of administrator account. Don't configure when you use built-in administrator account, as it's auto-detected even when renamed. Configure it when you use another administrator account and type the name. For example, if you create new administrator account and add it in local administrator group and disable built-in administrator account in all computers. In this case, you must type the name of new administrator account in this option. I will ignore. Enable local admin password management must be enabled so as the CSE can start managing it. Enable. OK. Now, let's verify. I will restart client computer to refresh the new group policy settings. Go to client computer and run gb update/force. Also, let's check the name of computer. Yes, CNSV-ITD 405. Go to Active Directory to make sure the computer account under Managed OU. OK. Go to the client computer again. Group policy refresh. Run gbresult/r to assure the group policy we created for labs configuration applied to this computer. Looking for computer settings. As shown, new group policy, labs, applied under applied group policy. Go to Active Directory and open GBMC console to make sure the group policy linked to Free Cloud OU. Go to Client's computer. Open Control Panel, Programs and Features. Yes, Labs installed successfully via group policy. Open C, Program Files, Labs folder. CSE folder exists and contain DLL file, the core of lab solutions. Okay, go to Labs Management Server to know the ways you can view the password set by Labs. First way, by using PowerShell with the following command: get-admbwd password dash computer name and type the computer name CNSV-ITD 405. As you see, password GRDXM5. Okay. Second way, by using Active Directory user and computer console. Go to computer account, double click attributes and looking for labs attributes MS MCS ADM That's it. GRDXM5. Okay, last way. By using Labs UI application, the most obvious choice and probably what most people will default to using is the Labs UI, which is installed as a part of the Labs management tools. Go to C, Program File, Labs, that's it. Create desktop shortcut, run as an administrator, type the computer name, CNSV-ITD405, and click search. As shown, password GRDXM5 and the password expiration date and time. Also, if you need to force reset password manually, click set button with current date and time. The next time the computer performs a GB updates, it will check the password expiration time attribute, which will force it to regenerate a password, as it will have expired. You can also set it to a specific date and time if required. Finally, let's go to client's computers to check administrator password that generated from Labs application. Run mstsc cnsv-itd405 cnsv-itd405/administrator. Password GRDXM5. Yes. Okay, connected now by using local administrator account that generated from Microsoft Lab. Okay, sign out. I hope you have enjoyed. Many thanks and see you in the next video.